And then you've got Hollywood interfering, sort of interfering. So you got the International Criminal Court I don't know if they've actually issued warrants. I think they have for the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi, and the leader of Hamas as for war crimes. And I say Hollywood's got a little bit, input into it because Amal Clooney, who is an international lawyer, Clooney's wife, George Clooney's wife, it played a huge role in this, evidently trying to push the ICC, International Criminal Court, to issue these warrants. Even the current administration has said no. Like, you want to go arrest, the leader of Hamas, go ahead. But the one against Israel is outlandish. It's ridiculous. That was kind of the point of Bill Maher on The View. He shut down one of the hosts because she was spewing a bunch of stuff and doesn't understand that, civilian casualties happen in war because it is a war. Israel was attacked by Hamas and they are responding. They're not intentionally killing civilians like Hamas did on 6-7 October last fall, where they attacked the music festival, killed and raped a bunch of civilians, beheaded people, some horrific things, true war crimes. But civilians die during war. It happens. It's happened in every war in the history of mankind, and it's not going to stop happening as long as there's war. So, yes, his answer, Bill Maher's answer, and I think this is the position the United States is taking, is if you don't want civilian casualties to happen, stop attacking Israel. And there has been no purposeful intent by Israel to attack and kill civilians. They've taken a number of precautions to avoid that from happening, but it is unavoidable in war. It is. Been there, seen it, seen the aftermath, and it happens. It's shameful. It's horrible. Nobody hopes for it, but it is a fact of life, and it's a part of war and always will be. So that's the position that the United States is taking. But the ICC, the International Criminal Court, has decided that they are going to issue warrants, and maybe even have already, for Benjamin Netanyahu and the leader of Hamas. And I will tell you that the ICC has overstepped. They have no place, no business doing this. They're an organization that people have to agree to abide by. They hold no real jurisdiction, and they hold very little real authority, truthfully, because if they issue a warrant for Netanyahu and he doesn't show up, what are they going to do? They don't have a force to invade Israel. They don't have an international police force so they can invade Israel and go snatch him in the middle of the night and drag him off to jail. If he doesn't go, he doesn't go. There's nothing they can do about it. They can make him an international criminal. Maybe he doesn't ever leave Israel ever again. Who cares? Right? So it's a fruitless effort, and truthfully, it's wrong because, again, Hamas attacked into Israel, killed civilians. Yes, war crimes were committed blatantly. No question about it. There's evidence everywhere. They were broadcasting it. The kidnapping of the young lady, we all saw it. They pulled in, open the back of the truck. Guy jumps out, celebratory fire shooting in the air, and they haul her out of the back of the truck, and then they put her in the front seat. And so we all saw the kidnappings that were happening. We all know there's hostages being held. We all know there was torture, beheading. All those kinds of things were happening. Rape, that those war crimes were happening. We know that. We know that Hamas was active in that from Jump Street, from the minute this started. And we know that Israel is not retaliating in kind. It's not happening. And it's certainly not happening in a directive by their prime minister. So holding him accountable for war crimes is fruitless. And it's really just a flag waving, look at us, we're trying to do the right thing. And maybe it's some sort of effort to negotiate a ceasefire. I don't know, but it's garbage. Netanyahu doesn't deserve that. Does the president of Hamas? Yeah, I think he does. And I think he should be tried if that's the direction they want to go. I don't think that ICC is the way to go. I think there's some other places where he should be tried, like probably in Tel Aviv. But It is what it is. It's it's an international body that thinks they have authority over everybody, and I believe it's kind of the one of the basis for the projected or suspected new world order that's out there, the consolidated government of the globe, or whatever you want to call it, where all the nations come together either overtly or covertly. And I think ICC is part of that, and that's about as far down a conspiracy theory route as I'm going to go. But I think the projection of this whole thing is wrong. I think it's awful. I think it was a waste of time, and truthfully, I think it's baseless. So we'll see how that plays out. I think, truthfully, Bibi is going to tell him to go piss up a rope. I don't think he's going to abide by anything. I don't think he's going to appear in court. I don't think he's going to honor their warrant for his arrest. I really, really feel for anybody who tries to bypass his security to arrest him in any way, shape, or form, because that will be a really, really bad call. Because the Israelis, their intelligence community, Mossad, and all that, they're not going to mess around, and they're going to protect their president to their fullest ability. So